What's up, y'all? So, got this video that I really wanted to share with you guys from Cam Newton's podcast. This has been doing rounds on the internet of K. Michelle discussing why there's so many broken homes in the black community. So, I'm gonna get into this clip. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, and let's get into this.
All this time. Well, being in Atlanta all this time and then going to Nashville, where it's predominantly white. One, they go home at 5 and 6 o'clock when they're producing because they go home to their families. Being a country singer, if you are a singer in country music, you're a man. If you are not married, it is not respected. Family is respected in country music in that space. But in our space, we are singing about side chicks. We are glorifying a lot of women. That's not what happens in Nashville. You can't call a woman a bitch or hoe in Nashville because they'll never even listen to your music and your professional career will suffer. At what point in the black community do our men create real homes? And even talking, just our first time talking, and you said you.
What does she mean by real homes? Because she does know we're in a time where fathers are more active in their children's lives than ever before, right? I, she has to be aware of that, correct?
You didn't even mean for that to happen. Life happens. I'm not here to judge life. I'm looking at a successful black man that has the ability to literally turn the narrative on black family, you know? Mm-hmm. And my grandfather, I watched my uncles and everything. My whole family, they're married. I'm not the girl who didn't see what a man creating a black family is supposed to be. So I'm asking right now, black men, I got to my black men to really step up for black women.
I thought it took two to tango. Help me out here. I'm really confused, and I don't know why she's starting to cry, but I've heard that argument so many times. Like, yo, it takes two to tango, especially when it comes to these with this is what the women say. It takes two to tango, especially when a baby's involved, and the guy doesn't want to take care of his responsibilities. I'm just saying.
And create families. Yeah. It's really not cool. Black men are attacking black women. And it's not a cool, they're not creating homes. They're creating babies everywhere. It's not cool. And I'm asking you, other successful black men, to be, you have to set an example as leads. The cute social media back and forth.
What I don't understand is don't the women pick the men they want to be with? Don't that's how it was presented to me. Don't the women pick the men they want to be with? So why is it all on the man and not? Oh.
Black women are strong. Black women are where you come from, this and that. So there probably isn't any sympathy for you and just life happening because there's so many other things around you going on that are not fair to black women. What is going on with the black family? We are consistently creating the cycle of kids who can't come home and see their daddy there. And they see their mama sad at night. At what point is the successful black man in this world going to step in and really create structure? I see white men doing it every day. I get to witness the best of both worlds every day. Getting on stage singing R&B, being Here in Atlanta, I get to sing R&B, but then I get to go to Nashville and be like, you mean you ain't staying out till 6 in the morning? You gonna go home to your family? You gonna write this song and leave at 5 and 6 because you gonna take care of your family and your wife? At what point? At what point do the successful black men build black families? We ain't gonna ever have a black family if y'all don't do it. We're never gonna have it. It's just not gonna happen. So if your mentality is, yes, things happen, and I'm not knocking you for that. I didn't come here for that. But at what point do you take that black woman? Do you be in a home and show your kids what it's like, you know? At what point do you take a grip to it, not make excuses for it or mantras and things like that? It is so unfair to black women who have been the strength and builders of so many things. And I know life happens. You can't be with somebody you don't want to be with or whatever. But my grandparents did it. My grandfather, 92, died when he was 92, my best friend. I never.
Uh, Listen, your grandparents came up in a completely different time. They didn't have social media literally ruin what love was, you know, where people can actually be together longer. And the internet. I'm telling you, the internet is the best and worst thing that happened to humanity, simply because it's, especially with dating, is giving people, both men and women, access to people they would have never thought existed. Now everyone's thinking, well, mostly the ladies thinking this, but everyone's thinking like, oh, I could do better. I could do better. Maybe I could go grab this person. It's a whole lot of factors she's not fitting into her argument clearly. And plus, isn't K Michelle a single mom? Correct me if I'm wrong.
seen another type of man. I saw that's why I've turned down 3 rings because they wasn't like my grandpa. My grandfather raised 9 kids on his own because my grandmama died before I could even meet her. What point are our black men going to stop the bullshit, the social media shit, and all of that, and build black homes? If we don't build black homes, we can't depend on white folk to build black homes. So when you see somebody like your significant other who clearly loves you, and it's all these black women rooting for her, rooting for you, they want you to build a black home. That's their anger. They don't know you. They can't judge you for anything else. They want you being who you are, being attractive, being successful. They want you to take hold and solidify and build a black home. That's not saying you're not taking care of the kids you have, because clearly you are, and you love your kids. Taking care of your kids and building a home is 2 different things. At what point are we going to stop these back and forths? Oh, this type of woman don't say nothing to me about that. Well, guess what? You're just weak. Like, you want a strong woman around you. And I'm sorry, like, black women have just, that we get copied from hair to body to everything. Black women are the most unloved.
Okay, that's enough of that shit. That's enough. That's enough. I've heard enough of this. Okay. Like, what the hell is she even talking about? What is she talking about? Oh my god, dude. She told on herself, saying she's been proposed to 3. Now I don't follow K Michelle. Now she is a singer from my city, Memphis or whatever, but I never followed her. I mean, I never listened, never really listened to her music. I mean, she was probably featured on a Yo Gotti album some years ago that I bought, and that's about it. Other than that, I do not follow this woman. I had no clue she was proposed to 3 times. Like, that is, oh my goodness. And she wants to talk about successful black men building homes. last I checked, a lot of these ladies, not all black women, a certain amount, they looked at these guys who were successful and about their business, who put their head down and work. They call those guys, last I checked, they called them boring and called them lame and corny and all this shit. They didn't want those guys to begin with. They wanted the fun guys. So they went and, had situationships with these fun guys, had babies with these fun guys. And now they want the successful black men who stayed away from all that bullshit and for good reason to come back. And now, oh, we need to build the black home. We need to do this, to do that. Like, stop it, man. This is why I say this is why I say things like the black community is fucking cooked. It is absolutely cooked. Because the shit she's talking does not make any fucking sense at all. Okay? Now, is there a lack of nuclear families in the black community? Of course there is. Of course there is. I mean, like I said earlier, yeah, a lot of fathers nowadays across the board of all groups of men, well, more specifically black men. Black men today are that have kids are more involved with their children than ever before. But here's the catch 22: a lot of black men who want to be in their kids' lives, not every single one, but a lot of them who want to be in their kids' lives, the mother of those children is what's making it difficult for them. You know, making sure they have to pay to see their children. Pay through the court system and all that shit, right? And then they'll let some, and the mother will, she won't have a relationship no more with the father. Go be with some dude that the kids barely know from a can of paint and probably doesn't give a fuck about the kids, but he gets to be around those kids for free, while the actual father who wants to be involved in their lives has to go through fucking hell just to see them for 5 minutes. It is absolutely insane. It's a lot more than what I just said that factors into this. And she's thinking about a time where black families are more intact. Well, way back when her grandpappy and them was coming up, the welfare system wasn't breaking black families apart. That wasn't happening. They weren't introduced to welfare yet, so they had to stick together because that's all they had. Once the government started getting involved and all this shit, that's when you see the black father get kicked out of the house home due to the fact that, hey, if you want this government check, that man can't be in the house. It's absolutely insane because I'm almost certain K Michelle is a single mom herself, so she herself has a broken home, and I'm sure she had a baby by a man, had that kid by a man that she was attracted to, that probably wasn't, you know, an everyday black man that just went to work, put his head down, and just kept it pushing. Wasn't involved in no bullshit or nothing. Come on now. Let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck here. What the hell is she talking about, man? I see why she's getting so much pushback because she sounds absolutely crazy in this clip. Well, those are my thoughts on this. Let me know what y'all think. Do you think K Michelle's on point? Do you think she's absolutely insane? Let me know what y'all think in the comment section down below. If you made it this far, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Make sure you guys hit the link in that description down below to support my channel and to support, on me on all the social media platforms. And until next time, I will see y'all in the next one.